This simple test reveals how much do you truly love yourself. And we can love ourselves in disguise, or we can fully and unconditionally love ourselves. So what is the difference? When you partially love yourself, or when you create layers or barriers between yourself and the world, what happens is that you wait for external validation to fulfill a void in the form of professional success, compulsions, addictions, or any form of distractions. Here's a very good test. How do you feel inside of yourself when you're by yourself? What are your thoughts telling you about you? What is your mood? How do you maintain unshakable self-confidence when you are enduring challenges? And most importantly, how do you show up for yourself when nobody's watching? This is the real test. How much do you love yourself? What do you do when nobody's watching? How do you show up for your goals? How do you show up for your self-care? How do you show up for what matters? And what matters is not how much money you make. What matters is how joyful you are in the heart. And unless you feel light in your heart, this means that you have weight holding you down. So let me ask you this. Do you love yourself when you talk yourself out of the things that you truly desire? Do you love yourself when you settle down for anything less than satisfying and fulfilling relationships? Do you love yourself when you know intellectually what needs to be done and you don't do it? Unconditional love is when you fully accept yourself with compassion and not criticism, while you are still taking an empowered action forward. If you accept yourself and you stay complacent, this is not self-love. This is self-denial. This is when you're denying yourself the opportunity to outgrow limiting beliefs and change your life the way you want to. And in my practice, being a coach full-time, working with high achievers, working with very established professionals, working with very skilled and very smart people from top professions in the tech and corporate industry. And what I have found out is that money does not fulfill the void. Having a relationship does not fulfill the void. If you wake up in the middle of the night with a stabbing pain in your heart as something is missing, this means that your level of love is not unconditional. Conditional love is when we love ourselves only when we accomplish acts. Conditional love is when we love ourselves when we feel validated by someone else. Unconditional love, on the other hand, is about unconditional self-acceptance. It is about telling yourself, I love you, you are enough, and you deserve the best. And a very practical exercise that I ask my clients to do when we start working together is to take a sheet of paper and to write a love letter to yourself. And in this love letter, you pour your heart out on a sheet of paper. And first of all, you forgive yourself for all the times you didn't love yourself. You didn't love yourself with the types of food you ate. You didn't love yourself with the lack of exercise. You didn't love yourself with the kind of relationships you allowed. And what happens on a cellular level is that our body remembers. The body keeps a score. Every single time since you were born is imprinted in your subconscious. And if you only love yourself on occasion, or if you only love yourself intellectually, there is a gap. Unconditional love is about psychosomatic awareness. Unconditional love is the foundation of confidence. To love yourself enough to peacefully detach yourself from toxic relationship. To love yourself enough to know what you deserve in life and to never settle until you feel fully content on all fronts, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, and most importantly, how you feel in the world. Do you have a why? Do you have a purpose? What is your life for? Unconditional love is about you figuring out who you are, understanding your triggers, building self-awareness to know that you don't have to be perfect to love yourself. And you also have to learn how to understand your blind spots, how to understand your wounds, how to understand your insecurities, and how to overcome that. And we all have triggers, and we all have flaws, and we all have moments of frustration. Unconditional self-love is about forging ahead and moving forward until you feel at peace. And for you to feel at peace, you have to create harmony in your environment. You have to create consistency, and you have to create discipline. Self-love is a verb. Self-love is the foundation of your self-care, and your self-care is the foundation of what I call EPM, emotional, physical, mental health. And unless you learn how to prioritize your health, you always find yourself feeling depleted, exhausted, and drained. And is it what you actually want? Of course not. And finally, most people spend their entire lives in the wishful land of one day I'm going to do this. And is this actually a sign of love? Do you love yourself when you feel regrets, when you have resentment, when you punish yourself for past mistakes over and over? Unconditional love is about choosing compassion, forgiveness, and surrender to the outcome without surrendering your personal responsibility. So my question for you now is to let me know, how do you love yourself on a daily basis? How do you show up for yourself when the voice in your head is telling you, I'm tired, I'm lazy, I don't want to do it? And finally, how do you practice self-love in and outside of your relationship? How do you date yourself? How do you find time for yourself? Remember, self-love begets romantic love. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. This is Anna Maria from Voda Coaching. I am a very experienced coach, and my mission on this planet is to use my knowledge, innate gifts, and personal transformation to help you build self-awareness to understand your fears, overcome inner child wounds, and create inner fulfillment the way you deserve. Talk soon and have a blissful day.